Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Are you setting an intention this morning that this day, this week, this next period of time is going to be easy, flowing, manageable, the best years of your life? You can plan for all kinds of wonderful things, and then life gets in the way. But you can also expect things to be crazy, and they are. Sometimes we're so hyper vigilant that our body is always on high alert. Our central nervous system is a faithful servant. It's looking to keep us safe. We don't have to live in hypervigilance. We can allow our bodies to relax, to breathe, to allow good to flow, to accept things that we cannot change, to just allow things to be the way they are without having to force, to make them different, knowing that there is a rhythm to life. There is an ebb and a flow. For every up, there is a down. For every in, there is an out. There is a law of polarity and a law of rhythm. And imagine that everything is just as it is meant to be. Think of the ocean, the waves just go out and they come back in and they go back out. Allow the flow of life. Allow the seasons of life. In Neville Goddard's book, The Power of Awareness, chapter 13 is about acceptance. Man's perceptions are not bounded by organs of perception. He perceives more than sense can discover. Even though your senses are ever so acute, your perception is even stronger. You can perceive things to be going horribly wrong and later realize that that was necessary in order for something else to come along, some great change. And the world right now is perched on the edge of a massive change. We don't have to force, we can allow. Neville says, however much you seem to be living in a material world, you are actually living in a world of imagination. The outer physical effects of life are the fruit of forgotten blossom times, results of previous and usually forgotten states of consciousness. They are the ends running true to oft times forgotten imaginative origins. Whenever you become completely absorbed in an emotional state, you are at that moment assuming the feeling of the state fulfilled. If persisted in, whatsoever you are intensely emotional about, you will experience in your world. These periods of absorption, of concentrated attention, are the beginnings of the things you harvest. It is in such moments that you are exercising your creative power, the only creative power there is. At the end of these periods or moments of absorption, you speed from these imaginative states where you have not been physically to where you were physically an instant ago. In these periods, the imagined state is so real that when you return to the objective world, you find that it is not the same as the imagined state. It is an actual shock. You have seen something in imagination with such vividness that you now wonder whether the evidence of your senses can now be believed. And like Keats, you ask, was it a vision or a waking dream? Fled is that music. Do I wake or sleep? This shock reverses your time sense. By this is meant that instead of your experience resulting from your past, it now becomes the result of being in imagination where you have not yet been physically. In effect, this moves you across a bridge of incidents to the physical realization of your imagined state. The person who can at will assume whatever state he pleases has found the keys to the kingdom of heaven. The keys are desire, imagination, and a steadily focused attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To such a person, any undesirable objective fact is no longer a reality, and the ardent wish no longer a dream. Malachi 3:10 quotes, "Prove me now herewith, said the Lord of hosts, if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there shall not be room enough to receive it." The windows of heaven may not be opened and the treasures seized by a strong will, but they open of themselves and present their treasures as a free gift, a gift that comes when absorption reaches such a degree that it results in a feeling of complete acceptance. The passage from your present state to the feeling of your wish fulfilled is not across a gap. There is continuity between the so-called real and unreal. To cross from one state to the other, you simply extend your feelers, trust your touch, and enter fully into the spirit of what you are doing. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Assume the spirit, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and you will have opened the windows to receive the blessing. To assume a state is to get into the spirit of it. Your triumphs will be a surprise only to those who did not know your hidden passage from the state of longing to the assumption of the wish fulfilled. The Lord of hosts will not respond to your wish until you have assumed the feeling of already being what you want to be. For acceptance is the channel of his action. Acceptance is the Lord of hosts in action. What beautiful desire do you have? What lovely picture can you bring to your imagination? Instead of wishing and hoping, when you accept that that picture That desire is yours. It's yours for the taking. Open up your mind and your heart and your arms and receive it fully. Allow it into your life, knowing that everything is already created. You've created something in your mind that you desire. You want it so badly. Instead of wanting and wishing, what would it feel like to allow it, to be living it, to already being that? Imagine, visualize, see it so clearly in your mind, know it so deeply in your heart that when you visualize it, it feels absolutely real. And when you open your eyes and the reality is not the way you want it to be, it does come as a shock. But when you intently allow yourself to visualize, to feel, to accept, it's done. It's knowing that it's yours. Feel what that would feel like. I'm going to get you to do a small exercise. Write down your goal, write down your vision, write down your desire. What is it that in having it, you will be content, you'll be happy, you'll be fulfilled, you'll feel purposeful, and everything is just the way you want it to be. Write it out as if it's here now, giving thanks for it already being yours. Your dream has been fulfilled. Let's spend a couple of minutes writing it out. Tell me whatever comes to your mind. Just put it down on paper. When you write about what it is that you truly desire, there is a connection. The neural networks in your brain become stronger when you write. When you write about what you truly desire, when you get it out on paper, it becomes part of your life. Neville Goddard tells us there is an effortless way. The principle of least action governs everything in physics, from the path of a planet to the path of a pulse of light. Least action is the minimum of energy multiplied by the minimum of time. Therefore, in moving from your present state to the state desired, you must use the minimum of energy and take the shortest possible time. Your journey from one state of consciousness to another is a psychological one. So to make the journey, you must employ the psychological equivalent of least action. And the psychological equivalent is mere assumption. Assuming what you wrote is yours. Give thanks for it and expect it, know it, assume it. It's coming. It's already in your mind, so it's already in one form. In order for it to develop into physical reality, that is the last stage, the last step of the process. Everything starts in your mind. Neville Goddard says, the day you fully realize the power of assumption, you discover that it works in complete conformity with this principle. It works by means of attention minus effort. And yes, there will be things you have to do, but it shouldn't be force, not efforting, but allowing. With least action, through an assumption, you hurry without haste and you reach your goal without effort. Because creation is finished, what you desire already exists. It is excluded from view because you can only see the contents of your own consciousness. It is the function of an assumption to call back the excluded view and restore full vision. It is not the world, but your assumptions that change. An assumption brings the invisible into sight. It is nothing more nor less than seeing with the eye of God, seeing with your imagination. For the Lord seeth not as a man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. The heart is the primary organ of sense, hence the first cause of experience. When you look on the heart, you're looking at your assumptions. Assumptions determine your experience. Watch your assumption with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Assumptions have the power of objective realization. Every event in the visible world is the result of an assumption or idea in the unseen world. The present moment is all important, for it is only in the present moment that our assumptions can be controlled. The future must become the present in your mind if you would wisely operate the law of assumption. The future becomes the present when you imagine that you already are what you will be when your assumption is fulfilled. Be still, that's least action, and know that you are that which you desire to be. The end of longing should be being. Translate your dream into being. perpetual construction of future states without the consciousness of already being them, that is, picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is the fallacy and mirage of mankind. That is simply futile daydreaming. Rather than daydreaming, rather than wishing and hoping, get into the state of being. Translate your dream into being. Be the person whose desires have already been fulfilled. What you wrote down on the piece of paper, what you hold in your heart, what you vision in your imagination, what you want more than anything, it is meant for you. It is yours. Be that. Act like it's already yours. Act from the state of already being that which you wish for. You want to be happy? What does happiness mean to you? What does it feel like? What makes you happy? Put a big smile on your face. That signals to your body that you are happy. Take a deep breath in and exude that happiness. Be happy. Feel what it's like. And then whatever happens next, it's easier to deal with. It doesn't affect you like it used to. You are strong, you are healthy, you are happy, you are fulfilled. You are created in God's image. You have been gifted with higher faculties. You can use your beautiful imagination to create the world the way you want it, and through your actions, make it come to fruition. It becomes yours when you go after it, not forcing, not chasing, but knowing what you want and doing that, being that, bringing it into reality. As you write about your goal, your desire, the destination that you want, feel what it's like to already be there, to already be that, to be the person who has that desire. It is yours. How does it feel? Put yourself into that state of being. You know why you want it. You know what it's going to feel like, because you wouldn't want it unless you knew it was going to make you feel better, happier, healthier, stronger, loved, fulfilled, respected, joyful, successful, whatever that means to you. You've had periods of time in your past where you felt fulfilled, you felt victorious, you felt successful, you were happy. You know what healthy feels like. Whatever it is that you're desiring now, allow your body to get into that state of being. Assume it, expect it, and your outside world will start to show you glimpses, will start to show you, start to reveal to you exactly what you've been thinking and feeling. The dominant thoughts, the dominant feelings are projected out into the world and reflected back to you in what you see, what you experience. What are the results that you have created in your life? Is your thinking helping you get to your desired results? What actions are you taking because of your thinking? As you work on the wording of what it is you desire, writing it out as if it's already yours and expecting it, assuming it, writing about it as if it's already complete, and then letting go of how it could happen. But as you're in the state of already being the person who has the goal, ideas will come to you. Write those down. Take action on them. If you get a hunch to do something today, you get a quick little idea, take a different route to work, go for a walk, phone someone, look something up. Whatever your inner guidance system, whatever your higher version of you, that little intuition, that gut instinct, trust it. It's opening the path. It's showing you the way. Don't be afraid. Trust your own instincts. Trust your gut. Trust that you are being led to what you truly desire. Think it, feel it, and start acting as if it's already yours, and it's only a matter of time before it fully develops into your reality. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.